Have you ever sat down in the evening, ready to relax, only to be bothered by a persistent feeling of heaviness in your legs? A dull ache that just won't go away. Or perhaps you've noticed your feet feel cold, even under a warm blanket. Maybe you've been woken up in the middle of the night by a sudden, sharp cramp in your calf. Many people dismiss these as just another unavoidable part of getting older. They say, well, I'm over 60 now, this is just how it is. But what if I told you these feelings are not just minor annoyances? What if they are a silent warning from your body, a signal that something far more critical is happening beneath the surface? After the age of 60, a silent decline in blood circulation begins to accelerate in many of us. This isn't just about discomfort. This decline significantly weakens the blood flow in our legs, and studies have shown it can triple the risk of a life-altering fall. It's a quiet problem that grows louder over time, affecting your balance, your strength, and your very independence. But the most important thing I want you to know today is that this is not a one-way street. There are simple, powerful, and effective ways to reawaken the circulation in your legs, to bring back that feeling of lightness and warmth, and to do it fast. You don't need expensive equipment or strenuous workouts. You just need to understand how your body works and how to give it the right nudge to restore its natural power. I am Dr. Lucas Mason, and in my more than 30 years of caring for patients dealing with age-related mobility challenges, I've seen how poor circulation can steal a person's confidence and freedom. But I have also witnessed the incredible transformations that happen when people decide to fight back with the right knowledge and simple, consistent actions. I've seen legs that were once heavy and cold become light and warm again. I've seen the fear of falling replaced with the confidence to take a long walk in the park. And today I want to share those same strategies with you. Before continuing, if you haven't subscribed yet, click the bell icon so you don't miss out on any health tips designed especially for you. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. If not, give it a thumbs down to help us improve. So what is really happening inside our legs? Why does this circulatory decline happen so dramatically after 60? The primary reason is surprisingly simple: the weakening of our calf muscles. Think of your calf muscles as your body's second heart. Your actual heart does the incredible job of pumping oxygen-rich blood out through your arteries to every part of your body. But getting that blood all the way back up from your feet and legs against the pull of gravity is a huge task. That's where this second heart comes in. Every time you take a step or flex your foot, your calf muscles contract. They squeeze the veins in your lower legs, pushing the blood upward, valve by valve, back toward your heart. It's a brilliant natural pumping system. However, as we age, we often become more sedentary. We might spend more hours sitting, reading, or watching television. This inactivity leads to muscle atrophy, a gradual weakening of our powerful calf muscles. When this second heart weakens, the pump becomes less efficient. Blood starts to pool in the lower legs, leading to that feeling of heaviness, swelling, and fatigue. But that's not the only factor. Our arteries, the highways for our blood, also change. With age, they tend to become stiffer, a condition known as arterial stiffening. They lose their youthful elasticity. Imagine a new garden hose versus an old brittle one. The new hose expands easily with the flow of water, while the old one is rigid. Stiffer arteries can't expand as effectively to accommodate the rush of blood with each heartbeat, which further slows down overall circulation. Compounding this is a reduction in oxygen supply to the nerves in our legs. Poor circulation means less oxygen is delivered, and the nerves that control muscle function and sensation can become starved. This can lead to numbness, tingling, and those painful nighttime cramps. And there's one more common habit that quietly sabotages our leg circulation: prolonged sitting. When you sit for hours on end, you're not just being inactive. You are physically compressing the major blood vessels in your pelvis and the tops of your thighs. It's like putting a clamp on that garden hose. This creates a bottleneck, making it even harder for blood to flow down to your lower legs and, crucially, to make its way back up. It's a perfect storm of factors: a weaker pump in the calves, stiffer pipes in the arteries, and a blockage up high from sitting. Have you ever felt that stiffness after standing up from a chair you've been in for a while? That's a real-time signal of your circulation struggling to get going again. But here's the beautiful truth: your body has a remarkable capacity to heal and adapt at any age. We can fight back against every single one of these factors. We can reawaken that second heart, improve the flexibility of our vessels, and counteract the effects of sitting. It starts with simple, intentional movements. The very first strategy is something so simple you can do it right now, wherever you are sitting. It's called the ankle pump, and it's the ignition key for your lower leg circulation. Think of it as manually turning on your second heart. I had a patient, Robert, a 72-year-old gentleman who loved to read for hours every day. He came to me complaining of swollen ankles and feet so cold they'd wake him up at night. He was worried because he felt unsteady on his feet and had already had one minor fall. I told him to start with the ankle pump. He was skeptical. "That's it, doctor? Just wiggling my feet?" I asked him to trust the process. While sitting in his favorite armchair, all you have to do is lift your toes up toward the ceiling as high as you comfortably can, holding for a second to feel a gentle stretch in your calf. Then, slowly point your toes down and away from you, as if you're pressing a gas pedal. That's one repetition. The magic of this movement is its direct action on the calf muscle. When you pull your toes up, you stretch the muscle. When you point them down, you contract it. Stretch, contract, stretch, contract. With each repetition, you are squeezing those deep veins and physically pumping stagnant, deoxygenated blood out of your lower legs and back toward your heart. I advised Robert to do this for just 1 minute every hour he was sitting. He set a little timer on his watch. He did it while reading the newspaper, while watching the news, even during commercial breaks. 3 days later, he called my office. He told me, "Doctor, it's incredible. The swelling in my ankles is already down, and for the first time in months, my feet felt warm when I went to bed last night." It wasn't magic, it was physiology. The ankle pump is the foundational movement because it isolates the calf muscle pump without putting any strain on your joints. It's safe, it's easy, and it provides immediate feedback. You can often feel a warming or tingling sensation as fresh, oxygenated blood flows back into the area. To do it effectively, sit up straight in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. You can do 1 foot at a time or both together. Focus on a slow, deliberate rhythm. Don't rush. Feel the muscle working. Imagine that muscle as a sponge. As you point your toes, you are wringing out the old stale fluid. As you flex them back, the sponge expands, soaking up a fresh supply. This simple exercise is your first line of defense against the circulatory stagnation that comes from sitting. It's a way to tell your body, "I'm still here, I'm still moving," and we need to keep the flow going. Have you tried it? Try it now as you're listening. Feel that gentle activation in your calf. That is the feeling of your second heart starting to beat again. Once we've awoken the pump with the ankle pump, it's time to move on to a more dynamic movement that stretches and engages the entire lower leg. This is the heel-to-toe walk, and it's crucial for addressing the problem of arterial stiffness. If the ankle pump is turning the key in the ignition, the heel-to-toe walk is like taking the car out of the garage and onto an open road, allowing the engine to really warm up. Our normal walking pattern, especially if we're feeling a bit unsteady, can become more of a flat-footed shuffle. We don't get the full range of motion in our feet and ankles. The heel-to-toe walk intentionally exaggerates the natural walking motion to maximize its circulatory benefits. Here's how you do it, and it's best to do it in a clear space where you can take a few steps, perhaps using a wall or a countertop for light support if you feel you need it. As you take a step forward with one foot, focus on landing on your heel first. Really feel the heel make contact with the ground. Then, slowly and deliberately, roll your foot forward from the heel, through the arch to the ball of your foot, and finally push off with your toes. As that foot is pushing off, your other foot is already swinging forward to land on its heel. The key is the slow, rolling motion. Why is this so much more powerful than a regular step? First, by landing on your heel and rolling forward, you are giving the muscles and vessels in your foot and lower leg a fantastic stretch. This helps to combat the stiffness in the arterial walls, encouraging them to become more pliable and responsive. Think of it as gentle yoga for your blood vessels. Second, this full range of motion engages a whole chain of muscles, from the tibialis anterior on the front of your shin when you land on your heel, to the powerful calf muscles when you push off with your toes. This coordinated muscle action creates a much stronger, more rhythmic pumping effect than a simple shuffle ever could. It's a wave of contraction that milks the blood upward with every single step. I remember a patient named Eleanor, 78, who told me her legs felt like lead weights. She loved gardening but found that even a short walk to her backyard left her feeling exhausted and achy. We incorporated the heel-to-toe walk into her daily routine. I told her to practice it for just a few minutes, walking up and down her hallway. At first, she said it felt strange and exaggerated, but she stuck with it. A month later, she came into my office with a smile I'll never forget. "The lead weights are gone," she told me. She explained that not only did her legs feel lighter, but the chronic ache in her shins had vanished. She was spending an hour in her garden again, without that profound fatigue. By focusing on the quality of her steps, she had retrained her body's natural circulatory pump. To get the most out of this exercise, focus on your form. Stand tall, look ahead, and keep the movement smooth and controlled. It's not about speed, it's about intention. Imagine you are trying to make as much contact as possible with the floor, with every part of the sole of your foot. Feel the heel, the outside edge, the ball, the toes. This mindful movement not only boosts circulation, but also improves your balance and proprioception, your body's awareness of where it is in space, which is absolutely vital for fall prevention. Even just walking 10 to 15 steps down a hallway and back, focusing on this technique can make a world of difference. You are literally stretching your lifelines with every step. Now we've addressed the lower legs, but what about the upper legs and hips? This is an area where circulation can become severely restricted, especially due to prolonged sitting, which compresses those major vessels in the pelvis. To target this area, we need a specific movement, and one of the best is seated marching. This exercise is wonderful because it's accessible to nearly everyone, regardless of balance or mobility limitations, and it directly targets the muscles responsible for moving blood through the thighs and hips. Seated marching strengthens the hip flexors, the quadriceps at the front of your thighs, and the gluteal stabilizers. When these large muscle groups contract, they create a powerful pumping action high up in the legs, helping to overcome that bottleneck created by sitting. Think of it as clearing the main highway so that traffic can flow freely down to the smaller roads in your lower legs. Here is how to perform it safely and effectively. Sit on a sturdy chair, not a soft sofa. Sit toward the front edge of the chair so your feet are flat on the floor and your knees are bent at a 90-degree angle. Rest your hands on your thighs or on the side of the chair for support. Sit up tall, engaging your core muscles to support your spine. Now slowly lift one knee up toward the ceiling, as if you are marching in place. Lift it as high as is comfortable for you without straining. The goal is to feel the muscles at the front of your hip and thigh engage. Hold for a moment at the top and then slowly lower your foot back to the floor with control. Then repeat with the other leg. The rhythm should be like a slow, proud march. Lift, hold, lower. Lift, hold, lower. I worked with a retired bus driver, Frank, who spent decades sitting for most of his day. At 68, he suffered from terrible leg fatigue and a persistent deep ache in his thighs. He could walk, but he tired very easily. The seated march became his go-to exercise. He started doing it for 2 minutes every time a commercial break came on the TV. It was his small, consistent habit. He told me that in the beginning, he could barely lift his knees a few inches. But he persisted. Week by week, he got stronger. He was able to lift his knees higher and hold them for longer. After 2 months, he reported that the deep ache in his thighs had significantly subsided. He felt that his legs had more get up and go. He was actually strengthening the primary engines in his upper legs, improving the blood supply and flushing out the metabolic waste that was causing the ache. One common mistake with seated marching is using momentum to swing the leg up. Avoid this. The benefit comes from the slow, controlled muscle contraction. It's better to lift your knee only a few inches with pure muscle strength than to swing it up high using momentum. Focus on the quality of the movement. You can also add a small variation. As you lift your knee, you can gently push your heel out to straighten your leg, which gives your quadriceps an even stronger contraction. Then bend the knee again and lower the foot. This adds another layer of muscle activation. Try performing this exercise for 1 to 2 minutes at a time, several times a day. It's the perfect way to break up long periods of sitting and re-engage the huge, powerful muscles of your hips and thighs, ensuring blood flows freely through the entire length of your legs. It is a simple but profound way to unlock the circulation in your upper body. We've awakened the pump with ankle pumps, stretched our vessels with the heel-to-toe walk, and unlocked the hips with seated marching. Now it's time to focus on the powerhouse itself, the calf muscle. It's time to directly fortify and rebuild our second heart with one of the most effective exercises for this purpose, the calf raise. While the ankle pump is a gentle activation, the calf raise is a true strength-building exercise. A stronger calf muscle means a more powerful pump. A more powerful pump means more efficient blood return to the heart, less blood pooling in the legs, and a dramatic reduction in symptoms like swelling, heaviness, and cold feet. This exercise is beautifully simple, yet incredibly potent. For safety, stand behind a sturdy chair, a kitchen counter, or near a wall, placing your hands on it for balance and support. Your feet should be about hip-width apart, with your toes pointing forward. Now slowly press down into the balls of your feet and lift your heels off the ground, rising up as high as you comfortably can. Squeeze your calf muscles at the top of the movement. Imagine you are trying to stand on your tiptoes. Hold this peak contraction for a second or two, feeling those muscles work. Then, with just as much control, slowly lower your heels back down to the floor. That is 1 repetition. The key here is control. The biggest mistake people make is bouncing up and down. This uses the elastic recoil of your Achilles tendon rather than the strength of your muscle. The benefits are found in the slow, deliberate lift and the equally slow, controlled lowering. The lowering phase, or the eccentric part of the movement, is just as important for building strength as the lift itself. I recall a wonderful lady, Maria, who at 81 was terrified of stairs. Her legs felt so weak and unreliable that she had begun to avoid visiting her daughter, who lived in a second-floor apartment. Her world was shrinking. We started her on a very gentle program of calf raises. At first, she could only lift her heels about ½ an inch off the floor, but she was consistent. Every morning while waiting for her kettle to boil, she would do 5 slow, controlled calf raises, holding onto her kitchen counter. Just 5. After a week, she increased it to 6. The following week, 7. It was a slow, gradual progression. 3 months later, she called me, her voice filled with joy. She had just returned from her daughter's house. She told me, "Doctor, I climbed the stairs. I took my time. I held the railing, but I did it. And I wasn't exhausted at the top." She had rebuilt her second heart, 1 calf raise at a time. The strength she built in her calves gave her not only the physical power to climb, but also the confidence to reclaim a part of her life she thought was lost forever. You can start with just 5 to 10 repetitions. If that feels easy, you can work your way up to 15 or 20. The goal is to feel a gentle fatigue in your calf muscles by the end of your set, not sharp pain. Listen to your body. As you get stronger, you can even progress to doing single-leg calf raises, holding on for support, which provides a greater challenge to each leg individually. By directly strengthening your calf muscles, you are upgrading the engine of your circulatory system. You are ensuring that with every step you take, your body has the power it needs to efficiently drive blood back to your heart, keeping your legs feeling light, energized, and alive. Finally, we arrive at the strategy that harmonizes all these benefits, that takes these individual movements and combines them into a single, powerful daily habit. This is the 5-minute circulation walk. This isn't just about walking for 5 minutes. It's about walking with intention, focus, and form, transforming a simple activity into a therapeutic routine that coordinates the entire lower body to optimize blood flow. The purpose of the circulation walk is to put everything we've learned into practice. It incorporates the heel-to-toe motion to ensure vessel flexibility. It naturally engages the calf muscles to act as a powerful pump, and the rhythmic swinging of the legs involves the hip flexors and glutes, ensuring blood moves freely through the entire system. Here's how to structure your 5-minute circulation walk for maximum benefit. First, find a safe space where you can walk back and forth without obstacles. This could be a hallway, a living room, or a quiet sidewalk on a nice day. Before you start, take a moment to stand tall. Pull your shoulders back, engage your core slightly, and look forward. Good posture is the foundation of a good walk. Begin walking at a comfortable, natural pace, but with one key difference. For the entire 5 minutes, you are going to focus consciously on the heel-to-toe walk we practiced earlier. With every step, land on your heel, roll through your foot, and push off with your toes. Make this your primary focus. Pay attention to the rhythm. Try to keep your steps even and consistent. You can even count in your head 1, 2, 3, 4 to help establish a steady cadence. This rhythm is important because it creates a consistent, predictable pumping action in your legs. It's like a steady drumbeat driving your circulation. As you walk, swing your arms naturally. This isn't just for balance. The motion of your arms helps to drive the movement of your whole body and can even enhance overall circulation. A patient of mine, a retired teacher named David, found this 5-minute routine to be life-changing. He was struggling with restless legs at night, which severely disrupted his sleep. He felt he needed to constantly move his legs to get relief. I suggested he try the circulation walk every evening, about an hour before bed. He followed the instructions precisely. He focused on his posture, on the heel-to-toe roll, and on maintaining a calm, steady rhythm. He said that after the first few nights, he noticed his legs felt calmer when he got into bed. Within 2 weeks, the restless sensations had almost completely disappeared. He was sleeping through the night for the first time in years. That 5-minute investment of time was paying him back with hours of restful sleep. The beauty of this routine is its simplicity and brevity. 5 minutes is not an intimidating amount of time. It's manageable on good days and on bad days. It's long enough to significantly boost your circulation, but short enough that it doesn't feel like a burden. It becomes a small, achievable ritual for your health. This walk is your daily tune-up. It ensures that all the parts of your circulatory system are working together in harmony. It strengthens your second heart, it stretches your vessels, and it moves stagnant fluid out of your legs, leaving them feeling refreshed, lighter, and ready for whatever is next. So we've covered a lot today, but it all boils down to a few simple, powerful truths. The heavy, cold, and achy feelings in your legs are not something you just have to accept as you get older. They are signals from your body asking for a little help to get its natural rhythm back. We learned that the weakening of your calf muscles, your second heart, is the primary culprit, along with stiffening arteries and the effects of too much sitting. But we also discovered 5 accessible and potent strategies to fight back. We started with the ankle pump, the simple ignition switch you can use anytime, anywhere, to get the blood moving. We progressed to the heel-to-toe walk, a mindful way to stretch our vessels and engage the full muscle chain of the lower leg. Then we used seated marching to unlock circulation in the often neglected hips and thighs. We followed that with calf raises, the direct strength training movement to rebuild and fortify our powerful second heart. And finally, we brought it all together with the 5-minute circulation walk, a daily ritual to harmonize these benefits and create lasting change. The path to lighter, warmer, and more alive legs is not found in a magic pill, but in these simple, consistent movements. It's about re-establishing a partnership with your own body, listening to its signals, and giving it the motion it craves. My final advice is this: start small. Don't try to do everything at once. Pick just one of these exercises today. Perhaps it's the ankle pump while you watch this video. Do it for 1 minute. Feel what it feels like. Tomorrow, maybe you add a short heel-to-toe walk down your hallway. By incorporating these small actions into your daily life, you build momentum. You begin to restore strength, combat that age-related circulatory decline, and reclaim your mobility and your independence. Your legs have carried you through your entire life. Now is the time to give them the care and strength they need to carry you confidently and comfortably into all the years ahead. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take that first small step today. You deserve to feel the difference.